Hello, welcome to my demonstration for my Ruby on Rails project for phase 3 of Flatiron School Software Engineering Program. I decided to do a team slash group task manager. This will allow a user to create a project, add task to that project, and assign a user to that particular task. So let's walk through the sign up and log in functions. So we click on sign up and we have our form here to sign a user up for the application. So we'll just create a new user. Okay, and once we sign up, it automatically logs us into the application and takes us to our task list for that user. And obviously, this is a new user, so we don't have any tasks listed. So let's just log out and show the login functionality. Log in via email. If you try to log in without any of these fields filled out, it will not log you in. So let's just make sure everything is inside the form. And so now we're logged back in, and let's log in one more time to show the functionality via Google. We have the ability to log in with our Google account. So we'll just sign in with our Google password. And it should take us to our task list as well, which you see here. Okay, so here is our task list for the current user. It shows the project name, the task name, any detail about that particular task, the task owner, and if the task has been finished. Okay, so if we click on the task name, it takes us to our show page, which isn't too much different from our task list. That our task list pretty much shows all of the attributes for the project and the tasks. So our show page isn't too different from that. So we can click on edit if we want to edit that particular task, and it takes us to our edit form. Um, if we delete the name in the task and try to submit, it will not, because that attribute is required for it to be submitted. So this is the form, and if we wanted to edit anything, we could. If I want to change this to no and show that the task has not been finished, I can change it to no and hit submit, and it directs us to our project list. And you can see that task, the dry cleaner task, as is showing that it's not been completed when previously it showed that it was. So now we're looking at our project list. This shows all of the projects that have been created. Any user can create a project, and it doesn't belong to any particular user. So it's designated for a team to try to keep track of all projects. Any user can, like I said, create a project, and anyone can go in and add tasks and assign them to a particular user. So let's walk through that. Let's add a project. And let's just say this project is, let's just say this is our Ruby project or Rails project, I should say. Okay, and we hit submit, and our project is here at the bottom. Once we add a task to that project, it'll show up a little better. We have a drop down here for our add a new task form. So we want to add to our Rails project, and let's just say we need to migrate the database. The detail attribute is not something that's required in the form, so we could submit this task without adding any detail to it. There's no validation for the detail. And I want to assign this to new user 1 and show that this task has not been finished. We hit submit, and now you see at the bottom here our Rails project, the new task that we just created, migrate database. Here showing no detail because we added no detail. We assigned it to new user 1, and it's showing that the task has not been finished. If you want to delete the project, that functionality is here in the delete project button. And if I want to go back and show the new user, if we log in via new user 1, it should show this task on their task list, even though this user did not create it. Another user, maybe someone that's on their team, created this task for them. So if we log in via new user 1, and here's the task that was created, even though that user didn't create it. And I probably should let's go back to a different user, being that there's only one task listed for this particular user. I want to show the incomplete task functionality. Okay, so you see this user here has 4 tasks, and it shows that there are 2 tasks that have been completed and 2 that have not. So if I just want to narrow it down to just showing my incomplete task, I can click on this button that says incompleted task, and it'll show all of my tasks that haven't been completed. So rather than having to, go through every task on my task list, I can just click on incompleted tasks to show the ones that I still need to do, which would be very helpful for a user to narrow down the work that they need to complete. So that's pretty much the project in a nutshell. The user, again, can add a project, can add a task to that particular project, and assign a particular user for that project, whether it's themselves or another user. And we can click on projects to view all projects, and have the ability to delete those projects once everything has been completed. And that's it. We can log out, and that is my Ruby on Rails project called Huddle Up, which is a team task manager. Thanks, and catch you next time.